United Confidential: how Harry Maguire's new contract saved United millions, the truth about Alejandro Garnacho's future and why Rangers' Old Trafford allocation has been cut after worst night since the Blitz. Harry Maguire's renaissance at Manchester United hasn't only earned the England defender a contract extension, it is also likely to save the club a packet in the transfer market this summer. Maguire was expected to leave Old Trafford as a free agent along with Victor Lindelof and Johnny Evans in June, forcing United to make another big signing in central defence a year after forking out €59 million to Lille for Lenny Yoro. But Maguire's revival this season, particularly since Ruben Amorim took over as head coach and installed him at the heart of a back three, persuaded United to extend his contract until 2026 and may also change their thinking on summer recruitment. Confidential understands that the club will look at a younger centre-back with potential rather than pay big money for a ready-made replacement like Everton's Jared Branthwaite, who would have cost around €70 million, that will enable United to redirect their limited transfer funds to other areas of the team at a time when money is tight at Old Trafford. Maguire, Matthijs de Ligt, Lisandro Martinez and Yoro are set to continue as United's pool of centre-backs with Nasser Mazraoui and Luke Shaw, if he stays, both able to play in the back three. Maguire's return to form and favour continued at the Emirates on Sunday when he was outstanding in United's FA Cup win over Arsenal on penalties. The 31-year-old's performance was even better considering he was ill last week and was sent home from training, missing Friday's session. Harry Maguire signing a new deal has saved Man United millions, as they will now not need to spend big on a new centre-back this summer. Maguire has enjoyed a renaissance and was outstanding in United's FA Cup penalty shootout win over Arsenal on Sunday. United were interested in splashing the cash on Everton's Jared Branthwaite but can now look to strengthen other areas of the team instead. It wasn't hard to find out what United's new signing Diego Leon has been up to after flying in to sign a pre-contract as the club's first Paraguayan player on Monday. The 17-year-old left-back posted pictures of his visit on social media after completing the first stage of a €3.3 million deal that could eventually be worth €7 million to his club Cerro Porteño. Leon, who won't complete his move until July 1, had a tour of Old Trafford and Carrington where he was pictured in the canteen with two of United's other South American players, Argentine duo Lisandro Martinez and Alejandro Garnacho, before posing for a snap with Kevin De Bruyne. Turns out he met the City star at the Manchester Institute of Health and Performance, where Leon was undergoing part of his medical with the other part taking place at Carrington. Rangers refused more tickets. Rangers have been given an allocation of 3,768 tickets for next week's Europa League tie at Old Trafford after the Glasgow club's request for more was refused. United insist Rangers have been given what they are entitled to under UEFA regulations for the Battle of Britain clash that is bound to generate plenty of demand from home fans too. The Scottish club have also received 200 VIP tickets. It's only the second time Rangers have played in Manchester since the UEFA Cup final in 2008, which was marred by a riot later described by a judge as the worst night of violence and destruction suffered by Manchester city centre since the Blitz. More than Rangers fans descended on Manchester for the game against Zenit St. Petersburg at the Etihad, and trouble started after a giant screen in Piccadilly Gardens failed. Fans caused widespread damage and clashed with police, who made 42 arrests. When United and Rangers met in the Champions League at Old Trafford in 2010, police warned ticketless fans not to travel. Napoli no-go for Garnacho. Last week's Confidential revealed how United would reluctantly consider big offers for Kobbie Mainoo and Alejandro Garnacho if it helps to comply with profit and sustainability rules. The two homegrown stars were previously seen as untouchable, but such is the reality of PSR and United's current financial position. Chelsea are known to be monitoring Mainoo's contract stalemate at United, particularly if it drags on into the summer, but reports of Napoli making a move for Garnacho in this transfer window seem a little wider of the mark. United sources indicate that the speculation is agent-driven and the club are unlikely to entertain offers for Garnacho this month unless an exceptionally high bid comes in. The futures of both Mainoo and Garnacho will be under discussion again in the summer when serious offers for both players are considered more likely. United fans are facing travel chaos for the rest of the season after Avanti train managers launched 5 months of strike action on Sunday. Members of the Rail, Maritime and Transport Union are walking out until May 25, the final day of the Premier League campaign, in a dispute over rest day working. The industrial action, coupled with engineering works, will cause severe disruption for United supporters travelling down from Manchester to London by train, with Avanti only running a skeleton service on the line between the two cities. The company has told passengers to avoid travelling on Sundays, which is not an option for United fans as the club have at least 3 away games in London before the season ends. There are unlikely to be any trains at all from London after United play Fulham at Craven Cottage on January 26. Ruben Amorim's men then travel to Tottenham on February 16 with their clash against Chelsea on Sunday, May 18, due to be their last away match in the capital. Ratcliffe completes cash injection. Much excitement on social media earlier after it was announced that Sir Jim Ratcliffe purchased €80 million worth of shares in United yesterday. However, Confidential can confirm that this was merely the formal process of Ratcliffe investing the final tranche of the extra €245 million promised as part of his minority takeover. United's parent company Red Football Ltd issued the new shares to absorb the new capital injected by Ratcliffe, which has been earmarked for infrastructure projects such as the €50 million redevelopment of the Carrington training ground rather than for transfers this month. And while it strengthens the club's financial position, it has no additional bearing on profit and sustainability rules because the €80 million had already been factored into the calculations. Sir Jim Ratcliffe has completed his cash injection as part of his minority takeover. Altay goes from zero to hero. What a difference a year has made for Altay Bayindir. On this day in 2024, Andre Onana was playing in goal against Tottenham at Old Trafford after Confidential revealed that United had reached an agreement with Cameroon to hold on to their goalkeeper for an extra 2 weeks before the Africa Cup of Nations. Onana stayed in England to play in the FA Cup third-round tie against Wigan and Premier League clash with Spurs before catching a private jet to Ivory Coast, where Cameroon were kicking off their AFCON campaign 24 hours later. It underlined how highly Onana was rated by manager Erik ten Hag, but it was hardly a vote of confidence in Bayindir. The Turkey international made the only appearance of his first season at United in the fourth-round win at Newport County, having moved to the club from Fenerbahce in a €4.3 million deal in the summer of 2023. It also turned out to be his last appearance of the season. A year on, however, Bayindir is being hailed a hero and genuine rival for Onana's number 1 spot following his match-winning display in the FA Cup third-round win at Arsenal on Sunday, when he saved penalties in normal time and the shootout to send United through. It was all the more impressive because the 26-year-old was strongly criticised on previous appearance in North London last month when United lost to Tottenham in the Carabao Cup quarter-finals. Bayindir's 4 appearances this season now include 1 in the FA Cup and 3 in the Carabao Cup under 3 different managers: Ten Hag, caretaker Ruud van Nistelrooy and Ruben Amorim. He is guaranteed to be back in goal when United face Van Nistelrooy's new club Leicester City in the 4th round of the FA Cup next month, but Amorim will feel more comfortable throwing him into Premier League or Europa League action before then if Onana has any problems. There was a possibility that Bayindir could have left United in search of more first-team football this month, but that now seems unlikely to happen. Altay Bayindir is now unlikely to leave United after his heroics against Arsenal. He will be kept around to provide competition for United. No one. Andre Onana. Cold comfort for UD's neighbours. FA Cup third-round weekend sparked a great deal of debate about how much the Premier League elite can do to help smaller clubs who have lost the opportunity of money-spinning replays as a result of recent rule changes. United certainly did their bit for the neighbours during the cold snap, allowing Salford City and Altrincham to train at the Cliff last week. With both clubs unable to use their own facilities, the academy offered to help out.